Hey guys, Like here. Now, today I actually didn't even want to make a video, to be frank with you, but I decided to make at least this one because of what's going on at the moment and due to recent events. And those recent events are the simple fact that people, well, in a nutshell, Labor Day has gone by. And we all know what that means at this point, which is that a lot of people's unemployment benefits are now gone. They are finished, moved on to another thing from last year. It's final. Unless you have like special benefits, you don't have the unemployment benefits anymore, of course. But of course, that's not only what we're going to talk about today. It's about reflecting on, basically your entire life and or your situation. Now, until recently, things have been kind of sketchy as far as getting paid well enough to live off of. And I would say nowadays, I would say the majority of people in the United States that know exactly what I mean. We have, for over a decade especially, have gone through one job after another where we are only getting paid enough either to just get by or only enough to pay to make the choice of paying rent or feeding your kids. And of course, that's not a very good situation to be in, especially for such a long time period. It's been over 10 years. And I'm going to be frank with you, I'm surprised this actually didn't happen before, but it's happening last year and now. And also because of the, unemployment benefits, people have been reflecting on their life. Once they've lost their jobs, and then they have realized that the job that they were just working at was a really shitty job. And of course, there have been, a few parts of my life where I've had to reflect on my life, just like the time, when I attempted suicide. And then, of course, I had to reflect on my life and how people were treating me at the time, etc. Long story short. And then, of course, there was a time when I moved out. And once I had enough time to do so, I reflected on my life at the time period. After some time after I moved out and wanted to, I was just thinking of, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? I was 22 at the time, and I started to think I needed to just do something different. I got really tired of doing the traditional stuff. And then now, of course, like everybody else, last year, after losing their jobs. I mean, I didn't lose my job, actually, thankfully. In fact, I'm actually surprised I wasn't laid off, to be frank. I'm saying that a lot, but, it's like, last year I turned 30, lost my cousin, Sam, and, just like a lot of other people lost, relatives, sad story short. And and there was also some other things like finally got some time off, though I didn't lose my job, but I got some extra time off, thankfully. And I made some of that time to work out and all that. Try to lose some more weight, just like this year as well, trying to lose more weight. But beyond that, decision to try and lose more weight and make more time for that and push that, I was also just like, I'm 30 now. It's not like I'm old or anything, but like, with the extra time off, I had some time to reflect. It's like, what are some things I wanted to change? And, one of the things, of course, I changed, especially this year, was I decided to go full PC. I'm done with console gaming for the most parts. In fact, I haven't even picked up a controller for a game system in like over 3 months now. That's never happened. That hasn't happened since I was a kid, to say the least. But just beyond that, there are some other things as well. Like I also just want to do some things that I've kind of neglected to do. Like sometimes I think I should go to Las Vegas. Like because it used to be a dream of mine to go to Las Vegas, and at one point I got over it. But now that I've turned 30, in fact, I'm 31 now, of course, as of May. Now I think, maybe I should go to Vegas, just for the fuck's sake, for the hell of it. You know what I mean? We only really do live once, and it's like I've said before. I think a lot of people sometimes do forget, things can kind of just go away like that. And I think for a lot of people, last year taught that to a lot of people, that our lifestyles could just, all of our problems could just go away like that. Just like that. Damn. But, man, of course, like I've said, I've been there. I've been at that point where something happened in my life, and I had some extra time on my hands, and I had to reflect on everything. And that's how, of course, I learned that a lot of the things I grew up to learn was completely full of it. And then, of course, I started learning to do other things than the things I used to know and do, etc. Just like when I used to actually play a lot of sports in the past and listen to certain types of music, but nowadays it's like completely changed, etc. And I know for a lot of people now that's the same. Although I do think that some people have probably picked up upon a few of the things that they probably used to do and have been too busy with work to do. I mean, if they've probably gotten to see their families and their kids' faces again and spent more time with their family. And then, have probably wondered what are they doing with their life when they're working all the time and they aren't getting to see their kids and they aren't making enough money, etc. And I know some of them have, taken upon, the pandemic to learn new skills, while they're, living off of their benefits. And so a lot of these people haven't been, of course, going back to certain types of jobs, and they've been getting better jobs. They've become more educated, etc. Gotten new skills, good for them. Because it's like I said, it really has been a long time coming since a lot of these places have just not been paying their workers well enough to live off of. I mean, just geez. I can't believe that lasted as long as it did. I just cannot fucking believe it. And also, with a lot of things that have been going up in price, like land and certain types of housing has gone way up in price. And, stuff, of course, will, of course, make a lot of people think, what am I going to do? I don't know what I'm going to do. But the reason why this is happening is because there's a lot of people that haven't been working in certain fields, like, let's say, carpentry. There's a big need for carpenters right now, and also people that make houses and certain types of, labor, to say the least. Because labor, work has been seen as, oh, it's just the thing that stupid people go to do, or, oh, it's not the dream anymore to be a labor worker, etc. I mean, I've done some labor work, and yeah, there's definitely some dumb people in labor work. Oh my god! But actually, not really all of them were dumb. In fact, I actually found a number of them to be quite intelligent, actually. And especially when it comes to, let's say, making a building, and doing all the math, and doing the degrees and all that. You actually legit have to do your homework. And you've got to have the experience to know how to do this kind of stuff. It really does take a lot of hard work, and it's not easy to do. And even stuff like, let's say, plumbing. Also, plumbing is in high demand now. And so, it's just nuts. It's just so nuts right now, man. But there's one good thing I know from this, and that's it's not going to last forever. Nothing ever lasts forever like this. Just like the lives that we had before COVID, that life didn't last forever and this isn't going to last forever either. At some point, it's going to get better. So there's, going to be a lifestyle change, probably a bit, obviously, but things are probably going to go a bit more back to normal. But although things will be changed a bit, it will at least kind of go back to normal, and people stop freaking out about COVID and other diseases, etc. I saw on TV they're still trying to scare people with COVID, and guys, I just think that they really need to stop. They keep on talking about either a new strain of COVID or a new strain of this disease and blah blah, or hey, this disease is worse than COVID, blah blah blah. Watch out. They just really need to stop doing this on news channels and everything. And I know part of the reason why they do that is so they can get attention from people and get them all worked up so they can get more money and all that, to get attention to their channel, etc. But like, it is just something that they seriously just need to stop fucking doing. They need to stop scaring people, is a thing. We want people to go back to work eventually. We need to stop scaring people so that they don't feel like, oh, if I go back to work, I'll get sick. We just really need to stop that. I mean, keep updated on COVID and all that, but like, they seriously just need to stop scaring people. And to be frank with you, I mean, it's not like what happened last year wasn't bad, but it's been a lot worse at other time periods in human history with diseases. So with that, of course, being said, of course, just reflect on your life, figure something out, start doing things that make you happy. And, don't just listen to what everybody else says. I know I had to stop listening to what everybody else said when I was especially when I was 18, is when I literally just stopped listening to people. But yeah, I'll just end the video here. But of course, if you want to talk about this more, you can, post your comments below, etc., ask questions, and I'll just move on to the next one. Bye.